What is going on today, guys? Welcome back to another video. If you are new to the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I got a question from one of my subscribers that I'm going to be answering today about, agency owners, automations, Zapier, because a lot of agency owners can be automating a lot more stuff through Zapier. And Kenneth Corbin said, could you show us, how to set up our Zapier automations? No one covers that, and Zapier is so robust. It would be so highly appreciated. So I'm going to go over exactly like the exact automations I use, how I kind of set it up, the order from, when the client is paying to onboarding, essentially, like literally all the steps. Okay. So I'm going to go to our main DFI program, which is this one. This is where everything happens. Okay. So I have two automations that I set up. Okay. And these are the two. Now, these are obviously Zaps, and within those Zaps, there's obviously tons of Zaps within them, but these are like the main categories. So the first one I always do is the client payment to Slack. Okay. So this is, Wojo Media client payment to Slack creation plus add team members. So if someone successfully pays in pay funnels, it will then create a channel automatically in Slack. And then after that, I then pick the users that I want to add. So your team members, you can select each team member that you want to add. And then you can send a channel message. And that channel message can be, hey, welcome to, I'll show you my channel message. And that's all in the setup action. Welcome to Wojo Media. It's an honor for all of us. Like, this is where we have the client payment, and then automatically a chat is created. My team members are all added to it. It says like client dash whatever. And then we have this automated message that gets sent in the chat. This message gets sent because of two reasons. Number one, it frames everybody, the team and the client. Number two is it gives the client the deliverables for onboarding. First off, required, fill out, this onboarding. Second, fill out this Google form. Third, click the link below to schedule your welcome meeting, with either of these two people. Okay. Which obviously I have to take one off now. And then I'm going to call it. This allows us to obviously get them onboarded, get them all the assets possible. And then this right here is where they can watch a video of me talking about, setting clear expectations. Okay. So that's the power of that message. It's very, very important that you have that, because it sets the stage. It sets the expectations. Okay. It's a lot easier to do that. So that's the first automation. That basically gives us that client payment. And then, since we have the client payment, now we can then send them onboarding details. We have their Slack chat created. They already got their forms in the Slack chat. So on that onboarding call, because obviously on the sales call, once that payment's made, the sales rep is giving them the links to their Calendly so that they can book their onboarding, because in the onboarding call, they should have that type form filled out, that Google form filled out, and be inside their Slack channel. Okay. So that's that one. And then the second one is where things basically get streamlined, because once that type form is filled out, which it said like first off required, in that channel message, like, hey, make sure you fill this out. Well, as soon as this entry is found in type form, then this is the task management part of the business. This is the fulfillment. So once the trigger is, notified that, hey, like this person filled out a type form, all of these things then happen. Okay. So the first task that gets made, and these are all done like at the same time, instantaneously, like there's no delays, there's none of that. So, this person comes, new entry, and then Chris's onboarding task. Okay. So Chris's onboarding task, this is where it'll then say, this is the folder, Chris Duffy, onboarding, this person's name, and then it gives them in the task description all of their answers to the type form and those questions inside of the ClickUp, so that, Chris knows the name, knows the business name, has the URL, has the phone number for onboarding in case they get disconnected on Zoom, their Google Drive link that we asked them for, and their logins to their softwares that we asked them for. Okay. And then, we add the designated people to that. And that's the first one. Now within the onboarding task, we can now make subtasks, and those subtasks are derived. And I'll show you inside of our ClickUp how this actually looks. Because I'm pretty sure we just had 2 more clients recently who just signed on. So I just want to give you all like some perspective on how this looks. So if I go to Chris, so this is the onboarding, see how the information populates in ClickUp, and then we have subtasks. So Chris now knows, okay, get their website logins, ClickFunnels, Go High Level, or Shopify, get their website logins, make sure we get their Facebook assets shared, Google if necessary for running Google ads, Google Drive folder made, and client added creatives. So did the client add their creatives? Did the client send us their Google Drive link? send website funnel logins to funnel task and pin in client chat. So when the client sends their website logins in the Slack chat, we pin it to the channel so it's easy to find it. And then also we make sure that we send those funnel logins to our funnel team so that the funnel team now has access to those assets. Solidify who's writing the new landing page. So now that we have this client getting on board, like who's going to write their landing page? Because that person has to write the landing page, get the copy approved by the business owner, and then the business owner, after that approval is done, then it gets sent to the funnel team. Now we have to add the Google Drive link to the client's launch ads task for Josh and Eth. Those are our media buyers. So I'm going to go more in detail what that looks like. And then once these things are completed, make the due date task 3 days from today for their ads to launch. We have every single thing in the business basically automated from, because we want to launch them within 7-14 days. And that's kind of like where this time frame is held. Now, what I meant by this right here is the launch ads. Well, inside these automations, we had the subtasks 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. Now we have the media buying task. And this is where it says like, hey, launch ads for this person. So if we go to Josh, this task, you're going to see it in here. Here we go. Here's a perfect one. This is Delta. All right, here, launch ads for. Now, what would, Chris, he just onboarded. What would he do? Well, it said in that prior task to put the Google Drive link in here. So now we're going to go to description and we're going to paste that Google Drive link here. So now the creative team, the media buying team has these creatives so that we can launch the ads. Okay. So that's important as well. And then also Javon has his own media buying task. And now we have the copywriter tasks. So Maria, Andrew. Okay. So if we go to Maria and Andrew, so Andrew will not have a task in here and you'll see it. Look at this. It has his name in here. Okay, what's your full name? It drops all of the answers here. It gives Andrew all the assets to write that copy. Because ad library, I showed them an example of another client who does very well in the space that we could kind of use like a funnel just like it. So that's where like all that information can now be held. Now Andrew knows he has to do this copy. And then Andrew, since he's the lead of our copy team, he can then delegate stuff to Maria. Because look, as you can see here, this is ready for funnel building in progress. Maria finished this, but it's got to get approved by the client. So this was dropped in here. See, look, it's got all the client's information. Again, what's the business name? What's all that? So we're able to delegate those tasks. And also we can, move those tasks to other assignees so that it shows up on their board. So it's a lot more automated. And then Davina, Davina is the one who does like our legal VA. So she now knows these are obviously client ones, but these are ones where, the client has to sign this contract. These are people who are pending to sign their contracts. Check in with client. These are just other ones who's doing the copy. These are like the subtasks. Now here are the client success manager tasks. That's where it's like, hey, make sure client gets this done by this date. And then it has the subtasks of that. Creatives, copy, landing page design. Okay. And then contract to be signed task. That's a reminder to Davina to get that contract signed. Okay. Let me see. See, client contracts to complete. That's this chat. So you get contract signed. And that's here. Get contract signed from this, this one, and this one. These people still have to sign their contracts. These are people who have not completed their contracts yet. Okay. And then that's basically it. So that's kind of how my automations work. From there, it's strictly fulfillment on you. Because you have all the deliverables for your onboarding, you have all the deliverables for your fulfillment process. Now it's a matter of having good client communication, setting the right expectations, and obviously having all the softwares in place for you to keep this glue together. Okay. And that's kind of how we do our Zaps. I hope this benefited you a lot, but we will use, we use Zapier, Calendly, ClickUp, and Slack. And that's how we do this whole entire system together. So I hope this brought a lot of perspective to all of you. I appreciate you guys, watching today's video. If you are an agency owner who has any questions about these automations, just like and comment below, and also subscribe for more videos like this. And I will see you guys in the next video.